From the sea, we gain a unique perspective of St. Michael's Mount. It's a view that was shared by Phoenician, Egyptian, and Greek traders, who over 2,000 years ago made the dangerous voyage from the Mediterranean to barter for Cornish tin for their weapons. Tin mining was to go on to shape the landscape of Cornwall. As you walk around the ghostly remains of the mining industry, it's hard to imagine that this was once the richest square mile on the planet. The heyday of mining also shaped the harbours we still use today, and exploring in our boats gives us a different viewpoint from which to observe and understand Cornwall's coastal history. As a key seaport, Hale not only had vital links with South Wales, but also reached out to the far corners of the world, including Australia and South America. Cornish beam engines built here were exported for use in mines across 4 continents. Much of Hale's large harbour infrastructure survives, and gives an idea of the scale of industrial activity which took place here during the 19th century. The shifting sands that stretch way outside the harbour mouth can make entry treacherous, unless you really know what you're doing. At low tide, the narrowness of the channel is clear to see, and the conditions at the channel entrance often make it more suitable for kite surfing than for pleasure boating. Smaller harbours also played their part. Charlestown is the best preserved copper ore port of its period anywhere in the world. And as well as the export of copper, Charlestown was also an important harbour for the shipping of Cornwall's other major export, China clay. Today, Charlestown's better known as the backdrop for many period films, including Poldark. There's also a fascinating shipwreck museum ashore. Tucked in the very heart of Mounts Bay, Porthleven was just a small cove from which a handful of locals fished, until an Act of Parliament was passed in 1811, setting up the Harbour and Dock Company. The speculators who invested in its building expected fine profits from imports of timber and coal, and exports of ore from local tin and copper mines, and also China clay. It never achieved its potential, although later prospered for a time as home to a large pilchard fishing fleet. Today, Porthleven is one of Cornwall's best-kept secrets. Only a handful of visiting boats come here every year. I know because my house overlooks the harbour, and a visiting yacht is a real rarity. Maybe few venture in because facing directly into the prevailing southwesterlies that roll across the Atlantic, the village has become a mecca for storm watchers. But it's worth the effort. A friendly, well-provided village lies inside the pier. You can either anchor in the outer harbour or dry out alongside the wall of the inner harbour. And a pint of Doom bar in the garden of the Ship Inn, watching the fishing boats come and go, is hard to beat.